Yo, what's up guys, it's Exclusive Gaming here, and today I've got a little short video that will discuss how I feel about the chainsaw. Personally, right now it's really bad, and in this video I'll discuss what I think they can or should do to increase it, I don't know, make it better, make it much better, because I feel that they didn't test it. It's really bad. It needs to be a lot better. But yeah, that's what this video is about. It's discussing how I feel about the chainsaw and what they should do to make it better. Okay, first, the biggest thing is just the chainsaw attachment itself. Honestly, this is one of the biggest reasons this thing just, I think, failed. The attachment, I feel it doesn't give you enough movement speed, and it definitely does not give you a small enough hip fire for compared to like all other guns. It just does not compare. It is horrible. Definitely think that needs a buff. And another thing that I feel like they really didn't look at is that, or I don't even know how to explain it. It feels like the gun was released. Change your mags. They didn't put enough time into it, because when you look at it, there's literally there's no hip fire laser, which would definitely make this gun better. And there is literally no grips. There's no grip attachment at all. Like, every single gun in the game, except for rocket launchers, which you can't put attachments on, has the grips attachments. I don't understand why this one doesn't. That just makes me feel that they didn't put any effort into it. Another thing is that
Enemy at the shower.
I feel like if they didn't test it, and if they did, they definitely didn't test it on any map besides Shipment, Shoot House, and maybe Rust. So now, though, that was one of the reasons why the gun, like the big reasons why the gun just failed altogether as a start. But there are definitely things I think they could do to make it better. Which, the first thing is a personal opinion, which kind of gets me depressing, because the original chainsaw with extended mags had more ammo than you could possibly put on. Like, the biggest magazine you could possibly put on, which was 120 back in COD Ghost. In this, it's literally 100. Like, for most Call of Duties, 100 would seem pretty normal, but in this one, we literally gotten attachments that go up to 200, allow you for over 200 rounds in one magazine, box magazine. So, getting a third light machine gun that only has 100 just doesn't feel right, and that's a personal thing that I feel like they could possibly add in the future. Definitely one that is, like, I hope at least 150 or 200. But yeah, that's like more of a personal thing. This one would kind of go with the larger magazine, if depending on if they add attachments and how much they do to decrease the hip fire spread. But kind of like, I don't know if you play COD Mobile, but they have a minigun which is specialist, and over time as you fire, the hip fire gets smaller. I kind of think that should happen. That if the longer you have just a consistent fire, obviously there'll be like a minimum that it can be shrunk to. But the longer you're firing, the smaller it slowly gets smaller with every time you shoot your gun. That's personally what I think. And if you don't have one of those barrels that shoot faster, each shot is going to decrease it smaller until it gets to that smallest one. I don't think it should be ridiculously small, but I think that'd be fair, because it'd be easier to shoot people down pretty far away. I just feel that'd be a lot better. And obviously if you had more ammo, it'd definitely go a lot better. But yeah, just being able to have your hip fire shrink the longer you keep firing, so you have a better chance of hitting them at longer ranges. I feel, like I said, the main thing is definitely the hip fire. Personally, what I think how it should work is that every single barrel attachment increases your hip fire, or I guess decreases your hip fire spread, so it gets smaller and smaller, and the longer barrels have decrease your hip fire spread the most. And I also think that should work the same with the monolithic suppressor, since that increases your damage range, which would be a specific pro for the chainsaw attachment only. So these pros would only be for the chainsaw attachment. So if I put on the longer barrel while I wasn't using the chainsaw, I wouldn't get that extra decreased hip fire spread. It would only be for the chainsaw. That's how I feel like this should work. And I feel for every barrel it should do that, just the longer ones do it the most. And that would happen with the the monolithic suppressor. But yeah, that's really all I think that they could really do to make it better. And I don't want them to make it overpowered. I understand it's supposed to be a close-up quarters weapon, but even up close, it sucks. Like, I'm doing okay against these mixed bots, and like I said, it's on bots on realism. So one shot to the head and they die. So and I'm still just doing moderately okay. Versus any real person, this just I would not be doing this good. I'd be at the bottom of the leaderboard like that. That's really all I have to say, and that's my opinion. I really do hope they buff him, even if they don't even like do anything that I think. I just really would like them to buff it. It's really bad right now. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.